The LG V20 user here, and today I'm doing a video about the LG G8 ThinQ. So LG has announced its flagship phone for 2019, the G8 ThinQ, at Mobile World Congress yesterday. So the G8 is here, so I'm on diverge.com here, and today I'm going to be talking about the G8 and I'm going to guess what I think about it and stuff like that. So it says as LG's palm rating G8 has a unique vision of the future. So let's check it out and see what it has to say. It says a YouTube video right here from The Verge, but for some reason it's not loading, but whatever, but let's just keep going, shall we? Last year LG released the G7 ThinQ, by no means a bad phone. I'm not a fan of the G7. I'm just not a fan of the noise and shit, I'm just not a fan. But certainly one that struggled to make it smart. At this year's Mobile World Congress, LG is announcing its successor, the LG G8, which brings some new features and upgrades to try to stand out where the G7 faded into the background. Alright? It's hard to notice changes on the outside. Yeah, it's basically every package G7 in my personal opinion. But LG has done a lot with the updated front-facing camera, which it calls the Z camera. What that actually means is that LG is using a TOF sensor that lets the G8 detect motion, gestures, depth in front of it. The Z camera is right here, guys. That's what the Z camera is, right here. And that camera system is getting used for a truly unique feature that LG calls Hand ID. It's like Face ID, but for your hand. You guys unlock your phone with your hand, and you guys can do other things with your hand. And it's some fucking crazy ass shit. By pulsing an infrared signal at your palm, the G8 can extract a map of your veins based on how the hemoglobin in your blood absorbs the IR signal, allowing you to unlock your phone by showing it your palm. LG says that these vein maps are extremely hard to beat from a security perspective. Alright, we'll see about that. We'll see. There is a picture of the G8 on the top front of it. You guys see the front facing camera. You guys see the Z camera right here. But right here, I think the Z camera's right here, I think. So the camera's right here or whatever. This is a Verizon G8. It has Verizon apps on it and stuff like that. I mean, this might be your sensor up here, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of hard to fucking tell. But this is a Z camera. Oh, no mind. This is the Z camera right here. This is your front-facing camera as well. So it's basically all in one thing, I guess. There's one camera on the front. Alright. And why would you want to use your palm to unlock your phone? That ties into the other major feature that LG is using the Z camera for, air motion, or just that allows you to control your phone simply by waving your hand over it. So to bring the Galaxy S4 features over to the G8, so LG is taking the Galaxy S4 features from 2013 and bringing them here. You guys remember on the Galaxy S4 it had air gestures, it had air gestures and stuff like that. So now the G8 has its own dirt in. Right? The idea is that by combining Hand ID with air motion gestures, you'll have full control over your phone. Everything from shortcuts to answering calls, to controlling music and videos, to adjusting the volume without needing to touch the phone itself. And I've seen a video on that yesterday about the G8 from Mr. Mobile, so shout out to Michael Fisher. He had hands on with the G8. And he's doing the hand gestures, and it's like you have to do like the twisted hand thing. It's fucking weird. It's fucking nuts. And he said that the hand gestures on the Galaxy S are better. So, you know, because he said that when he was trying to do the hand gestures and shit, he had to do it a few times for it to work. It did not work the first time he did it. So hopefully that will get better over time. It said it sounds cool in theory, but and the person who read the article said that in the brief time with the G8, neither the palm unlock nor the gestures was great. Same with Michael Fisher's testing of the G8 as well. It looks so that's probably a lot of people's testing with the G8 that the palm unlock or the gestures not work great. That's probably with everybody, not just a few people, probably with everybody. Hopefully it will get better over time. But they probably got like pre-released software on there, so hopefully it'll get better before it's released. It took a lot of hand waving just to get the phone to recognize my palm just to unlock it, and the gestures which require a complex sequence of placing your hand close to the phone, drawing it a few inches back, then making the gesture. Or even tougher to do, but that may just be unfamiliarity with the system. It's gonna take a lot of people to get used to that hand gestures and shit like that. It's gonna take people a while to get used to that. It's a new thing. Where was I? It says considering that it's just not a familiar way to use a phone. Of course not. But after a few minutes of it, the person who read the article goes on to say that they're not convinced that it's the kind of marquee feature worth upgrading for. If you guys have the LG G7 right now, it's not really worth upgrading to the G8. It's basically a repackaged G7, but with 2019 hardware. Basically what it is. There are some other additions from the G7. The 6.1-inch display returns. It's an OLED panel this time around instead of LCD, so that's a win. The resolution on this phone is 3120 by 1440 pixels. There is a notch, so I'm not a fan of that notch. And LG has updated to the Snapdragon 855 processor, and that's a 2019 flagship. Okay, so the G8 has Snapdragon 855, so that's a win. That's the final data on the back. Fingerprint sensor, dual cameras, camera flash, G8 ThinQ logo. LG has also updated their rear cameras. There's a new night view mode that combines up to 10 pictures into one image to reduce noise, and support for portrait mode style video, complete with a live bokeh effect that you can adjust in real time. As an added bonus, the new cameras are completely flushed with the back of the phone instead of sticking out with a camera bump. So y'all guys can see right here, the camera is flushed into the phone. That is a win, and that is it's less likely to get scratched. I'm not saying it won't get scratched, but it will be less likely for it to get scratched if it was there. The camera on the G8 is less likely to get scratched if it had a camera bump. If it had a camera bump, then this camera could get scratched easily. I have experience with that. My V20 has a camera bump on it, and I've dropped that phone. The camera lens is not broken on that phone, even though people say that the camera lens on the V20 is fragile as fuck. I've dropped that thing on the back side, and the camera lens is not broken. Now, where was I? It says, okay. So the camera is flushed into the phone. That's a win. The last major update is LG's new Crystal Sound OLED speaker. Instead of the top speaker, there is no speaker on the phone. There's no earpiece on the phone. Yeah, guys know there's no earpiece. It uses some technology that LG calls Crystal Clear OLED speaker. which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the Kiss earphones from back in the day. The G8 vibrates the entire glass, the entire glass front panel of the phone to create sound instead of the regular speaker. There is a speaker on the bottom of the phone. The person who heard the article said that it sounded fine in a test call, but the lower speaker is still more powerful if you're listening to music or watching movies. Okay. So here are the pictures of the LG G8. This is the front of it. You guys have that there. This is a Verizon G8 right here. There's the bottom of there. It has a chin. It's basically a repackaged G7 basically, guys. It has a yellowish thing on it. I don't know if it's the wallpaper or whatever, but it's pretty interesting. Then you have the bottom here. Then the front there, like I said, there is no earpiece. It uses the it vibrates the screen to make sound and shit like that. So that's pretty interesting there. See, there is no speaker. There is a camera right there. I think that might be the Z camera right here. There is two cameras on this on the front. There's two cameras. I think this might be your front-facing camera, I guess. Or one of these cameras is a Z camera. I think it's this one. I think. I didn't see that at the beginning of the video here. I didn't see it. It's kind of hard to tell if there's two cameras. I thought it was one. It's actually two cameras in front. Actually two cameras. No, wait a minute, that's fucking three of them, dude. I think. There's three cameras on this thing. Huh. Oh, It's right over there, you got some the wallpaper there. Nice wallpaper. There's the back of it. Y'all had the G8 ThinQ logo. Fingerprint, dual cameras on back, your camera flash, yeah, but power button on the right side, and you guys have volume buttons on the left. It says running out the specs is 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, a rear mounted fingerprint reader, and a 3500 battery. So it looks like there's three methods of biometric security. You have fingerprint, you have the hand ID, and you have facial recognition, I believe. And again, there's nothing bad here, but there's also not a lot to inspire. Last year when LG released the G7, the company was coming off an announcement of a new philosophy. Quote, and they said, quote, "We will unveil new smartphones when it is needed, but we will not launch it just because other rivals do." End quote, said LG Vice Chairman Joe Sangjin. Okay. They released the V35, the V40, the V50, now the G8. Dude, they're like Sony now, releasing phones like every 2 months. It's kind of wild, you know what I'm saying? Yet barely a year into that point, LG has started releasing phones at an even faster cadence. The LG G8 is getting announced months before the companies announced the G7 last year. The G7 got announced in June last year, and the G8 got announced in February this year. So it's kind of interesting. And the company is also announcing the V50 at Mobile Congress. They announced that yesterday as well. Instead of saving it for a traditional fall release like they have done since the V10, for a company coming that it won't let its rival govern its release strategy. It feels like LG's actions are being dictated by the competition more than ever. Apparently there's 3 G8s out here. There's G8 ThinQ, G8S, and G8 ThinQ Premium Edition or whatever. So, yeah. It says, interestingly, though, while the stock G8 is the only one set to come to the US, LG has 2 other variants planned for international markets too. There's a more premium G8 model that will feature a third telephoto camera lens on back, which is right here. This is the G8 ThinQ Premium Edition. This has the camera on the back, as well as a cheaper G8S model, which will offer most of the G8 features at a lower price. There will be some sacrifices, of course, in considering the price and stuff like that. There is a lot we still don't know about the G8 lineup, including crucially how much it will cost or when it will be available. But even more so than in previous years, it's looking like another uphill battle for LG to make waves in the smartphone market. So yeah, LG announced the G8 yesterday at Mobile Congress. They did not release price. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that the G8, the stock G8, is $1,000. The stock G8 is $1,000. The cheaper G8, the G8S, I'd say about 800, and then I'll say that the premium version maybe 12 to 1800. So we'll see. So I did that the stock G8 will be $1,000 when it's released. We don't know when that will be. It's going to every carrier that you guys can think of: T-Mobile, at&t, Sprint, and Verizon, and US Cellular. It's going to prepaid on Verizon. So I mean the G8, I'm not a fan of it. I am not a fan. It's basically every package G7. Basically what it is, every package G7. But all you're getting here is Android Pie, and you're getting the fucking the hand gestures. That's basically all you're getting. Is it worth upgrading to the G8? Well, that's on you. That's your money. If you guys want to spend your money on this spend, go for it. It's not my choice to really make. It's your choice to make. If you guys want to upgrade, go for it. But in terms of specs and shit, I personally would not upgrade to the G8. If I had the G7, I would not upgrade to the G8 because all you're getting is Android Pie and the hand gestures. That's all you're getting. It's pretty much the same shit as last year's G7, except for it's basically every package G7 in this room. It looks like the G7 from last year. So LG did not do anything about fucking design or nothing. They didn't do nothing. They just basically repackaged the G7. Basically all they fucking did is package the G7. So what do you guys think about the LG G8 ThinQ? Would we guys be getting one? Personally, I'm not a fan of this phone. It's not. It's not. It's basically a repackaged G7 ThinQ. Basically what it is. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, guys. It really helps me out a lot. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.